whatever, 3 minutes ago I saw I had 2 minutes left, so I started working on the glue, and I'm just stirring the glue, and I come back and I realize that I spent 3 minutes on it. You know what I'm doing? Back in a sec. Stirring glue here. Can we see from this camera? Just a sec. I got Davis 1 minute late. The world has come to an end. It's all over. I can retire now. Okay, this was not supposed to be a sizing stream today. It was going to be a tracing stream. You saw some years ago when we were doing the Great Wave, not the Great Wave, the Octopus Print. I did a lot of the tracing on the streams. I had my iPad running a Photoshop type program. The iPad was casting to the computer was broadcasting. Today was going to be a tracing stream, Surfing USA. But, last night when I was setting it all up, I found that because I upgraded my Mac, I have a brand new Mac, I can't do that anymore. I can't cast a screen from the iPad, or I can't cast the iPad to a window on the Mac. I can monitor it. I can see the whole iPad screen here, but then I can't stream. So what I want to do is cast the iPad to a window on the Mac, and I can then put that into the stream, but the new Mac setup won't let me do that, or I can't figure out how to do it. So what I'm going to try and do is if I can figure that out, I will do it. But if I can't figure it out, then the next stream, Monday stream, might be on my old Mac. So we'll be a bit of a different frame rate or something, I don't know. And I'll cast the iPad to the old Mac and we'll stream from the old Mac. Whatever, we'll give it a try. I Googled it backwards and forwards. I'm up and down all over the place. I could not figure out a way to do this. I've got an iPad with the newest system and an iMac running here, and a MacBook here running Monterey. I need the iPad screen to appear in a window on the Mac, not to fill the whole Mac screen. That I can do, but if I do that, I can't run software on the Mac at the same time. Anyway, enough is enough. So quick change to a sizing stream, but then it was late, I went to bed, I forgot to soak the glue. So this morning I woke up at 6 o'clock ready to do this. The glue is still hard. So it's been soaking and warming, but it's not quite ready yet. No, it's still too hard. I could melt it by boiling it, but I don't want to do that. That'll damage the thing. Get the OBS camera app for iOS. Okay, I will look into it. Thank you for the comments. This is exactly what I want. Comments. So anyway, I said the glue is not quite ready yet, but also this morning when I went to turn around to the shelf to grab the paper for today's work, there's not enough paper. So it's actually a chance you guys are going to see something that we've never had before on these streams. I get to crack open a new batch of paper in our super secret storeroom in a location undisclosed up on the 3rd floor here. We have our vault of paper. So I'm going to go dig in the vault, bring back a package of paper. I'll move the cameras here and let's do an unboxing of some washi paper. Probably we received maybe 2 years ago, or I don't know, we'll have a look. We'll see the date on it. So stand by. I'm gonna have to move around a bit, so just sit tight. I'll move the cameras. Let's get some paper unboxing going on. How much paper do I have in storage? Top secret. Seriously, top secret. new tripod. Great. Okay. Anyway, that's a good start. Okay. That's a good start. Did it slowly die or did it tip over? This is how we get it. They're trucked into us. We don't ever get one package at a time. We order our paper once a year and then it's delivered to us bit by bit during the year. This is part of a shipment from, actually this one's earlier, it's in the middle of last year, this one. We had to get an extra batch of paper. This came in last year. Dave's probably stockpiling paper because of the uncertain situation with Iwano-san. You're going to laugh at me too, but we actually keep these and reuse them. In fact, on Aoyama-san last week, he used a whole bunch of them. They're just the right length. When we glue up our blocks together, you know, we've got the cherry wood and the plywood core, we glue them together and we need to band them together while the glue dries. And these work just perfectly. So we're not trying to be pretentious about it, but yeah, we recycle these. Oh, it's been opened. Yes, I remember now. Yeah. This has been opened once already. We've got these all numbered. I know. We've got a problem here. We get the paper and we normally don't use it for a couple of years. The paper goes into the warehouse here and we use the oldest one and you know, it's stock rotation. But the problem with stock rotation then is we get the paper today, pack it in the warehouse. 2 years later or something, we open that package up and suppose there's an issue. It's a little bit weaker or stronger. Oh my God, he made it fatter, you know, thicker than I want. We're 2 years late with our feedback to him. So we can't do that. So what we've done is Aoyama-san popped this open. When we received this, he popped it open, grabbed it, opened it up, and grabbed a couple of sheets out of it. So we were able to give feedback to the maker at the beginning. And then he wraps it up again and bang, into the storeroom it goes. You're going to laugh some more. We recycle this stuff too, I guess. This is that cool paper. I don't know if you guys know this. When I was a kid, it's a waterproof kind of greased paper. You wrap a package with this and you can pour water on it and it's okay. We recycle this too. I've got to remember the number. When the paper came in, it got a code number, and we have to keep track of the code number. It now goes in. Just a second. Goes in the shelf here. Well, let's move the camera. In daily use here, we have 3 different sizes of paper, dimensions of paper in daily use here. The one you're seeing here, this is the Nishikiban size. We get 2 great waves out of it. The next size down is what's called Obiru. You can imagine 6 of the Shikiban size. And then at the bottom is the big Takenaga sheets. We get 18 of our Japan Journey prints from each one. So we have 3 standard sizes. There are a lot more sizes made in Japanese traditional paper, but these days the nets that they use to scoop them, he doesn't have enough nets. So these are the standard 3 sizes now that we're working with. This morning when I came up here and found that there wasn't enough in the previous package, I took out 10 sheets and it left 2 or 3 sheets in the previous package. And something interesting about that, hang on, let me get back to my station here. I said I opened the previous package this morning and there was about 12 or 13 sheets left, not enough for my work today. So I took out 10 sheets and I left 2 or 3. And for 35 years I've been doing this. Every time I get a package of paper from Iwano-san, and as I said, more than 30 years, nearly 35 years I've been doing this, I never use them all. I always leave 1 or 2 or 3 sheets left in the package. Then I fold it up and I scribble archive on it. And they're just stacking up here. They're stacked up in Ome. There are now hundreds of those packages. They all have a date written on them, and they are a sample of a washi sheet of paper made in that workshop at that time. And that record now goes back more than 3 decades. It's absolutely a treasure chest of information for researchers. I've been doing this all the way along as I've been making prints. The paper, everything. And I'm really interested to see somebody, I don't have time for it, but somebody one day is going to look in there and they can make a sample book of that workshop, Iwano-san's workshop, of the different types of paper they made for 30 years, and we can see how much chiri, how much worse it got, whatever, you know. It's actually not a good news story. And if I talked about this to Iwano-san, he would probably not be so excited. Use it, burn it, anything, get rid of it. He would not want to see it because it's a story of degradation. It's a 30-year story of step by step by step by step degradation. Anyway, the record is there, and 2 or 3 sheets from today's went into the shelf, and if they don't get thrown away or something after I die or something, the record is there. The record is there. Okay, let me check the glue, back and forth. Excuse me. I've also got to get some of that paper. How much to do today? I've already pulled 10 sheets from the old deck. Let me get, how much time do we have today? I don't know. Let me guess 5 or 6 sheets from the new deck. Oh, it's soft. Ooh, 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 ooh. It is soft. It's soft and thin compared to the one that we were using yesterday. Yeah, much softer, much softer. It's summer paper, I guess. What did the label say? Yeah, we got it in July. It's much, much, much softer. Excuse me a sec, back to the burner. Okay, glue is cooked. Give me a 5-minute countdown on that. But actually, it's going to be no problem because I haven't even cut the paper yet. So I'm going to have to take this paper right now, drag it to the next room where the cutting board is, and bring it back. So, just a minute here. 16, we've got 10 and 6. I really want to mark these. Hang on a second. So we've got 10 sheets of one batch of paper. They are quite hard, and I would guess they must have been made in winter. We need a tech. I need a tech. Anyway, whatever. So as I said, 10 sheets of paper from one batch and 6 sheets. They are way soft. Way, way soft. I should not be sizing these together. Absolutely, I should not. These softer sheets would require a bit more glue and maybe put on a little bit vigorously. So what I can do, it's going to be the same glue mix, but we can keep track of these 6 sheets. And we can keep them separate in the mix here. And we will put a bit, we will slather the glue on a bit stronger. 10, 16. Okay, I'll be back in 2 minutes. I have to go to the next room to cut this in half. I can't move the camera over. Take care of yourself. I'll be back in 1 or 2 minutes. I think the quantity, that's not enough. Just a second. That's not enough. What have I got? I've got 10 and 6. That would give me 16. That would give me 32. That's not enough. Just a sec. What am I doing here? I need 4 more. Dave, get woken up here. 4 more, back in a sec. Okay, there's the soft stuff, there's the hard stuff. Okay, I'll need your help, what we're gonna do here. So we have now 10 and 10, we have 20 sheets cut into 2, giving us 40 sheets. But there's 2 types of paper here. So over the 5 minutes, that's okay, it can sit for a half an hour, no problem there. But the paper here, I'm gonna need to treat these 2 sheets of paper differently. So top group, and the bottom group. Okay, let's do this. Let's do the hard group first. There's 20 and 20, so I'll need you to keep track when we're brushing. Keep track and let me know when we've done 20 and I'm switching to the soft group and I can increase the amount of glue that's going on. Let's do it that way. Okay, good. Ready to go here. Brush in to soak. Can we reuse the dose after it's cooled? We do. I know it depends on the weather and on the climate and how much and for how long. I always make more than I need, of course. If I need 2 liters and I make 2 liters, the brush will be empty at the end of it. So we've got to make quite a bit more, at least 1.5 liters more than I actually use, because we need stuff in the bucket there to be able to dip the brush into, even on the very last stroke. So there's always at least 1 liter, 1.5 liters left over when I'm done. If I know I'm going to be doing it again within the next few days, or in winter even a bit longer, it goes into a PET bottle and into the refrigerator, not the freezer, into the refrigerator. And indeed, I did that this morning. I pulled out from the refrigerator the leftover batch last time, but it's not enough to get going on today's work. So I'm just going to make some new stuff to get started. This afternoon I'll be doing more sizing. This morning won't finish it. I'll be doing more this afternoon, and I'll dump that leftover batch in. We wouldn't do this in summer. If it's been sitting for a while in summer, we're really concerned about mold. But in a climate like this, we can get away with this. Here's our temperature today. Not so bad. Gets below 10, it gets a little funky, but it's okay. Longer in winter because it's colder, absolutely colder. It doesn't get moldy. In summer, it's humid here and it's warm. It's perfect climate for mold. In winter, mold has no chance to get a foothold. So somebody's saying, we have a joke about this all the time, that bottle is in the fridge. Sometimes I've got 2 liters plus a bit. So I've got the big 2-liter bottle in there, and I've got a smaller PET bottle with a bit in it. It looks like apple juice. It looks like apple juice. Or like somebody says, it's a sample for the medical clinic. One or the other. The girls know, don't drink anything you find in the fridge. What's this? Message for Taran-san. Wants to help with sizing. Mixed feelings. I think Taran-san, the more skills you get, that's fine, but I would really, focus, practice, do your carving, whatever. No, so somebody's saying there is some dose that never gets used and keeps getting saved for later. We don't do that. I'm not stupid about this. I don't want my prints to develop mold down the line. So this one is going to get used here. And as I said, I'm sizing again this afternoon. So by the end of the afternoon here, we will have some double stuff inside. I'll have a liter left. Bang, that goes down the drain, and we'll start fresh again next time. We don't keep putting it back in the fridge and back in the fridge and back in the fridge, because there's always going to be that part of it in the middle that gets recycled. So we'll never reuse it more than twice. Today's the last day for this batch, absolutely. Speaking about fridge, yes, so. The fridge is downstairs. Okay, let's get to work. I got an email yesterday from Ayano-san, the young lady who's going to be coming on board with us in April. And she said, shall I join tomorrow morning for the stream? What shall I do? And actually, at the time, I thought I was going to be doing a tracing stream. And I really wanted to keep track of the computer myself, because I need to be able to watch the computer screen and see what's going on. So I told her, no, it's okay. I'll run it myself in the morning. Don't worry, just book off and come a bit later. But then I realized now this is a sizing stream. She could easily be up here helping me do this and back and forth. So I popped her an email about an hour ago saying, it's okay. If you want to come earlier, come on over. So she may come up the stairs anytime. She may not come till 9:30. I really don't know. In any case, she's coming on board in April, so we will be having a chance to see her many, many times. Okay, let's go. 20 sheets. 20 sheets of the harder paper followed by 20 sheets of the softer paper. Let's do this. Don't worry, the coffee cup is empty. It'll be getting out of the way here in a second. Relax. Also, we're doing short today. When we do takenaga, it fills this thing, and I run my brush right to the end, and we couldn't do that. But today's paper is short. I'm going to start here, finish here. We're in no danger with the Mac or the coffee cup, so don't sweat it. There's small pieces of paper today. These are relatively easy to do, you know. I know if a real sizer, a real sizing craftsman saw what I had done today, he saw that I cut this paper in half to do this. He's just going to think, what is this, a kindergarten? No way would a real sizing workshop ever have cut these in half. For two reasons. One is you don't cut the customer's paper in half. You just size the customer's paper one piece. And second is you've got brushes. You've got a brush that's big enough. I mean, we've got some fairly sizable brushes that we have made like this from two. Real Sizing Workshop has brushes much bigger than this. I didn't get a picture of it, but the wall of brushes in Misawa-san's workshop, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, dozen of brushes, and they're massive. So you would do it all in one pass instead of cutting it into two. Half the time, of course. Yeah, it was fun to see Ayano-san there, but I didn't get any sense of what was going on the stream at all. I was out of the loop completely, and I missed it. I missed the stream. I missed seeing what was going on and being out of it. So we'll see. We'll see. Sizing is specific to specialized workshops. There used to be sizing workshops all over the place. There's now only one left, Misawa-san's place. He must be... I'm 70, so geez, he must be like 85 or something. I don't know. Okay, let's get this. You want to see a little bit of that part of it. So just a minute. How am I going to do this? Let's put this down a bit. Zoom out a bit, maybe. Let's see. We can change up and change out partway along, you know. Okay, let's go. Thunderbirds are go. That's 2, right? So VR goggles do sizing and stream. But wait a minute. If I get the goggles and do this, does the chat appear in the goggles or does the sizing appear in the goggles? Which is real and which is which way around do I do it? As always, once I get started with the work each day and shut up and just get to work a little bit, then I remember what's the news or what stuff was I supposed to talk to the chat about today. And there's news from the ninja people. They've been okay on the weekends. There's little kiddies around on the weekends, so they are going to be okay on the weekends. But during the weekdays, for them, it's Death Valley. The absolute Death Valley. They stand outside, they stand up on the roof, they do their touting, but nobody walking down the street on like a Tuesday afternoon wants a ninja experience. It's Death Valley. It doesn't involve police, no. So, actually, the counting, we're okay on the counting, actually. What I've done here, I've split the two groups here. I've got one group here, and I've got another group separate. So actually, I'm sorry, I did ask you to do the counting, but I think the stream is going to get a bit crazy, the chat. So we're actually okay on the counting, thank you. It was a good idea at the time, but I see I'm actually okay with that, so. Anyway, so the ninja people, the show. So it's been Death Valley during the weekdays. So the other day it would be Wednesday or something, maybe Thursday morning, I don't remember. I'm out there walking down the street, and I'm coming back from maybe came back from Lawson, whatever, with my cup of coffee or something, I don't remember. And the girl's outside. There's 3 kids there. There's the boss who does the bad guy in the acting, and then there's the 3 kids who run the place. And the young girl was standing outside, and there was a truck outside, and they're pulling in sheets of plywood. And there's stuff going on. I can hear, there's construction going on. So of course I'm like, you have to be careful. I'm like, I got my coffee and busy again, changing, she says, yeah, we've got to change up, It's obvious. She can't say we're in trouble, we got to change things, but it's obvious. They are, adapting their business model as they move forward. So of course I'm standing there, and the guy walks by us with a sheet of plywood, and I'm like, okay, I can ask. Well, and I said, like, what's the new plan? What's going to happen? What's going to change? And she says, it's going to be a bar. And I think the word ninja bar, I think there's another one in town. I'm not really sure about this. You could Google it up or whatever. I think there is a ninja bar somewhere else in town already. So they're not going to be able to use that name, I guess. I don't know. But she said it's going to be a bar. So a couple of things. Right away I said, just a minute. Oh no, this is liquor alcohol. You got to get a license for this. And she said, Shacho, Mo, it's okay. He's arranged it already. And she said, the boss has arranged this. And I don't know what it means. Maybe he's got a license or he's paid. So I don't know. She says, he's arranged it. So then I said, okay, wait a minute, this is a bar. So that's the drill. Somebody comes in, has a drink, and then you escort him up to the roof and throw him off the roof, right? And she says, yes. But she says, it's the other way around. We go up to the roof first, and when they get down, the drink is waiting for them. And she's serious. She is serious about this. So by this time, I'm just whatever. I'm not laughing out loud, but I'm giggling at her, and she knows Dave's giggling. And that's their new plan. That's their plan. I don't know when. They're still doing construction now, so I have no idea. No idea. How many customers can they fit? 1, 2, 3. Typical Japanese bar. It doesn't matter. You can have the smallest room in the country, and it'll do for a bar. It's okay. I have mixed feelings about the place, From the very beginning, when they opened up, I was thinking, is that really a legit business model that's going to work, considering there's no foreigners in Tokyo? Playing around with ninja and having a drink and doing ninja stuff, throwing stars or whatever, it's something that a lot of foreigners would like to play with, and I think that business model would work in the previous tourist environment. But for them to start that business now with no tourists, and they said they're not aiming at tourists, they're aiming at Japanese people. I don't know if that's a viable business model. It's nothing to do with me. I'm just an observer here. But I really don't know if it's a business model. But they're going to give it a go. And again, I have mixed feelings about seeing them do this changing and changing and changing. It's obviously not successful for them, so I feel sad about that. But I'm also happy to see them being active, changing up and trying something else, rather than just sit there crying in your shoes, And they're also, too, I think, from where I sit, they are pretty weak on social media. I talked to her about this months ago, back in the early days when they were first here, you know, I looked them up. They have a Twitter, that's all. They don't really have anything else. They don't have a big YouTube, or they don't use Instagram much. Twitter seems to be their choice. And I chatted with her, you know, put the video, show the people doing this. And she said, no, we don't want to show what it is, then people won't come because they've already seen it. And it's the same argument that the people in the theater next door here, 2 doors down, there's a theater. And it's a sort of a vaudeville thing. 2 guys stand up and slap each other on the head and tell jokes. And then 2 more guys come up and slap each other on the head and tell jokes. Whatever, it's a thing. It's called Oh What I, you know. And people sit there and watch these 2 guys tell jokes and laugh or not. And there's just nobody there. There's nobody doing. The kids outside are touting all day long, but nobody goes in. And I've tried, you know, like, guy, put some on YouTube. Get a hot channel going. If it's really funny, people will see it on YouTube and they'll come. And he says the same thing. No, if they see it on YouTube, they won't come because they've already seen it. And I'm like, that's not how it works. I think somebody's joking about this, right? They already saw my prints on the internet, so they don't need to buy some. You know, that's the thing. There are lots of printmakers. My friend David Stone's down here in Aichi Prefecture. He does this. He has a website with tiny images, and he's got all the images watermarked. If I put the images online, nobody will buy anything because they can get them online. And I'm like, David! It's not how it works. We even did this back in my old woodblock.com website. Somebody can find this. There's probably a page still there. It's in my woodblock.com website, woodblock.com/Surimono. Somewhere in there, when I was making the Surimono albums, I put up a page inside there. It's probably still there. This is like 1998 or something. And it says, steal these prints. And it said, go ahead, click, download their high resolution, steal my prints, please, or something. I forget what the page says. It's probably there. Someone can find it. woodblock.com/Surimono and look for the link that says free downloads or steal or something. It's probably still there. Is it there? Somebody's found it maybe? The page is maybe broken or something now, I don't know. Probably what it is now too. I probably said, this is 1998 or something, so I probably said, I've got some super high resolution images, and they're probably like 500 pixels wide or something, I don't know. Is it there? Surimono download. 404. Yeah, it's not secure. It's HTTP. If you try and go in a browser, just to woodblock.com, it breaks. I've got to set that up as a secure server. Oh, sorry. There's no shopping over there, so it doesn't really matter. But one more thing on my list of things to do. Okay, my count now says 20. This says we're at the end of that first batch, I think. Okay, now we're not going to change the mix, obviously. We can't do that at this point. But this next group now, these are softer. It's about the same thickness, so no big deal. So all I'm going to simply do here at this point, because it's a bit softer, I might move my brush now a little bit slower, and I might leave a bit more as I do the wipe off. There's going to be no dramatic difference here, but I'm just going to try and dial up a little bit, just dial up the amount of glue that goes into these sheets. It's thin, but I don't think it's all that much thinner. It's pretty close. If Sugu-san was here, she'd be saying, Sugu-san would be saying, "Bimyo, bimyo, bimyo no chigai desu ne." It's perceptible, but it's not really different. But yeah, it's a little bit different. She'd be saying, "Bimyo, bimyo." She loves that word. So again, just maybe wipe off a tiny bit lighter. So there's a bit, the brush is a tiny bit heavier now. And maybe I'll just go a tiny bit slower. That's all. There's no dramatic difference here. Just I want to up it up just a little bit. So that page is still there, is it? Good, 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 good. What about the resolution? They're probably tiny little images. I should get in there and fix it. I don't know. Actually, it has been fixed because these Surimono albums that I made, all the images have also been newly photographed. So they're in our collection over at the mokuhankan.com, over at the mokuhankan.com/collection page. All of my Surimono prints are in that collection now at really, really high resolution. Much, much higher resolution than the old page. So that old page, we should just send a link to the collection. So somebody's got Nightbot here. Nightbot is doing it. If you go to the collection there and look for, look in the search and look for prints made by Dave, you'll see the Surimono albums there in really, 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 really nice resolution. What's our time? 9:10. We are in trouble. It looks like, I have bad news for you. It looks like there may not be much of a show and tell today. We are running late here. Oh, that reminds me. Show and tell. Etone, the latest update from NHK. She's going to try and come on Monday, as in the next stream. 2 days from now, NHK is going to try and come over. She's not sure if she'll be able to make it because of COVID restrictions, blah, 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 blah. And it's downscaled. Instead of a full team, producer, cameraman, sound man, director, blah, 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 she's coming herself with a camera. So that's all it is. So NHK is planning to come next Monday. I'll be downstairs doing something, I guess. I don't know. And she's going to watch and stuff like this. So she'll probably run her own computer on the side for the chat, and she'll shoot this or that. And she's going to spend a day here. The purpose of this is a day in the life of this guy, all compressed into a 7. And she said 6 or 7 minutes is now the final scale of the program. So this is no big deal. But if you're around on next Monday in the chat, you too can be rich and famous on TV. And this is going to be NHK World. It's going to be broadcast internationally, and the program will be in English. So this is something all of us will be able to see. Broadcast date is February 21st or February 28th. It's yet to be decided. We are running late. Can't be helped. As I said, that's the plan. As we learned last week, this can change. I might get an email from her Sunday saying, no, it's canceled because the virus count was too high in Tokyo yesterday. I have no idea. The plan is she will come Monday morning. But stand by for, be aware that the plan could change any minute. Someone's asking, is there a place where I can find the meaning of all the sky gradations? Some have green. I don't know what you mean. I know the meaning of all the sky gradations. The meaning of all the sky gradations. Sorry, I don't understand what you're talking about. Also, I didn't mention the paper we're sizing today. What prints is it for? These are for this year's series. The paper I'm doing today is the entire batch for the March group of prints in this year's subscription series. The prints, of course, are very tiny little prints, and from the one sheet that I'm doing here, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sets of 6. So this sheet of paper you see here will become 36 separate woodblock prints. And I've got, as you know, there's 40 sheets in the batch here. So I'm doing the entire batch of paper for March's subscription print in this group this morning. And this afternoon I'll be doing paper for Great Waves, the next batch of Great Waves. That's this afternoon's work. How is the queue for Great Waves? Don't ask. Please just don't ask. Don't ask. Don't ask. Don't ask. It's growing far, far, far faster than we can supply. Just far faster. So I don't know what to say. You know, there's a, the sarcastic answer is, well, whatever. I don't know. Just I don't know. It's the thing about planting trees, right? We tell the same joke many, many times. It's not my joke here. It comes from secondary school. When's the best time to plant a tree 40 years ago? When's the second best time to plant a tree today? This is the old joke about trees. And it's the same thing with our Great Wave waiting list. When's the best time to get on our Great Wave waiting list? 4 years ago. When's the second best time? Today. But I can't promise you anything. The list is growing faster than we are digging through it. Far faster. Like sometimes 10 people sign up on any given day, and we're making 50, 60 prints every 6 weeks. The only saving grace is that when Cameron does send out emails to a batch, not everybody buys it. In fact, not even half of them buy it. They had the idea a couple of years ago that they'd like the Great Wave, but now when they get the email message, it's a different thought. They don't want it. So the fact that there are 4,000 people ahead of you on the list means there aren't really 4,000 people. There's only actually about 2,000 only actually about 2,000 people. And actually the same situation is now developing with this year's subscription series. And this is something I really, really didn't anticipate. We cut this year's series at 300, shut it down. And the waiting list is growing and growing and growing, day by day by day. So without any sales talk here, whatever, if you were thinking about this year's series, getting it in the future or something, what's the second best time to plant a tree? And we get emails about the waiting list. You know, I answered one the other day. I'm doing some of the email answering this last few days. And there was somebody, I can't remember the exact numbers. They said, I signed up for the Great Wave waiting list in November, and my son's birthday is in April. Do you think there's a chance? What am I going to say? Somebody signed up in November 2 months ago, and they want to get the print 3 months from now. Whatever, I know. I had to tell them the story, but whatever. I signed up 2 months ago. My son's birthday is in April. Do you think it'll arrive in time? I'm sorry to laugh. I'm sorry. That person's probably on the stream. I'm sorry. I'm not making fun of you. Just that from where we sit, when I see that, I'm sorry. It's just simply funny. That's all I can say. I guess I'm making fun of you. I'm sorry. It's not intentional. So, no present this year. And I think actually I did reply something like that. I said, I don't know how old he's going to be, but I just add 2 digits to it that he can get his present 2 years from now, maybe, you know. I answered something like that. You know. What can I do? I can't do anything about this, you know. Okay, there we are. We are halfway through. Time to flip. Time to flip. Yeah, Dave, try and remember. I've been flipping sometimes with a dirty piece of plywood and I spoil the first print. Okay, there's an official word, right? Yoisha. There's our flipped stack. It is now face down. We are now going to do the back side. We switch printers, of course, absolutely we switch printers. There's 2 ways we do this. One is we switch the wave between different printers. But the second way that we make sure that they don't get bored with this is we are now paying 4 times the going rate in Tokyo. Not time, 3. We're paying over 3 times the going rate for great wave printing in other Tokyo workshops. And that makes them feel not so bored. It's so cute. So. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. We're never going to get finished if I don't keep going here. Oop, too much, too much, too much. This paper is thin. Too much liquid on the back side. Can you see the shininess from the other camera? Can you see it over there? There must have been a big shiny patch here. Way too much liquid. Get under control here, Dave. Get under control. Wipe off well. The backside always needs less liquid, of course, because the paper has quite a lot in it. You know, in theory, the liquid from the front side would go halfway through, the liquid from the back side would go halfway through, but it has soaked through. These sheets are actually wet to the touch on the back. So as I'm coating the back side here, there already is liquid inside here. So the volume of liquid needed for the back side is, of course, reduced. Still a bit tad too much. Can you see the shininess there? Look, you can see a pool. You can see it on the smaller camera. Let's switch. Is it still there? Bingo. Can you see it there? There's a pool. Let's do one this way. The hard paper, the normal paper was first. The new batch was second. The first 20 sheets are my normal paper. The second 20 sheets are the ones that were a little bit softer and that I would like to have a little bit more glue inside. Wiped off too much. It's a balance, you know. It's a balance. Someone says shipping from Japan non-existent. There's still no direct shipping to Australia from Japan. Depending on the type of mail, there's no direct shipping to the US. We can't ship small packets to US from Japan. Country by country, it's still shut down. There's a master list on the Japanese post office. If you go to Japan Post Office, you'll see a list in English of which countries are available for shipping. I've got the link here. Hang on a sec. Here's the link to the English page on the Japanese post office. Click. Here, there you go. We access this page daily, of course. It's after 9:05. There's no way we're going to have time for a show and tell today. I'm sorry. There's absolutely no way. It's okay. We have a good show and tell for Monday when NHK is here. We have a really nice fat one. And what I was going to do with the show and tell today, I have an update. There's a Japanese person who has been following the streams recently, and he's been giving me updates almost every day. The things that I show and tell that I don't understand, this person has been doing some background research and coming back with answers for me. So this series of dance pictures that we showed the other day, the Sinshafta set about the dancing, he did some research on it and came up with what it was. So we'll be able to follow up on that in another stream. That won't be on Monday, that'll maybe be Thursday then, I don't know. But just a warning, it's now 9:05. I've got to get this backside finished, I've got to get it hung up. I don't think we have time for a show and tell today. I'm sorry. I'm not teasing, I'm just explaining what's going on. Just trying to explain what's happening so that you know what's going on. What, mentioning that there's going to be a good show and tell item on Monday, that's not teasing, that's simply information. Snowy Evergreens is here. When I see your name now, I hitch up my pants. My pants are just falling down now all the time. So. Oh, look who's here, look who's here. It's mask time, hang on a sec. Hello. Good morning, good morning.
Morning.
Come on in. You know how this works?
Yep.
I'll need this space. What I gotta do here, just so you know, I'm gonna take sheets from here.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep working. You can of course step in and chat.
Right.
But I'm going to be going back and forth. So step back when I come through and then come in.
Okay, hello.
And the same thing, we can switch the cameras back and forth. There's the basic setup here. We can switch, back and forth. It doesn't change that camera. And look at this, they're all ready. They know who you are. Say hello, join in. So. Say hello, they're all...
Hello, おはようございます. Yes, you got my name right. Thank you.
It's more than I did. The first couple of times, I got her name wrong all over the place.
How many names did I get?
I don't know. It's not just me. Watanabe-san, she wrote to you Okamoto-san. And then
which is more common.
I called her Ayako-san. It's actually Ayano-san. So Ayako would be like her mother's generation. So,
that's true.
Cool.
Something cool.
So,
Sorry. Step back.
hey, here we go. Hey.
So, what are you doing today? Sorry, I was on a train and couldn't.
Oh, you've never seen this
stream.
before?
I actually did, like.
One of the earlier streams, yeah. It's glue.
I saw, was it Kawasaki-san doing it? No, Kawasaki-san.
Kawasaki-san, one of our carvers. If you're not sure what's happening anytime, just ask these people. They can explain anything to you.
I think they know more than I do.
Also, I got a very late start this morning. I had the glue wasn't ready and the paper wasn't ready, so I got a really late start. So there's no way now I'll be able to finish this and like do the show and tell and stuff like that. So we're just gonna Just going to run the dosa.
Okay.
And you can really help. And when I finish the brushing, I don't know if you know, we have to move all the cameras and stuff into the next room next door.
Okay.
And we can maybe do that together.
なるほど。Where Dave has his special sink. Dave's sake? Sake? Sink? Sake? Where's your special sake?
How do they know about that? How did they find out about that?
I don't know. Maybe you talk about it.
No, never.
Sometimes.
No, I've never on the street ever talked about our brand name sake.
Maybe
never.
today before I go home, I
Never.
don't know, look around and find Dave's secret sake.
It's not supposed to be secret, but I've never talked about it.
Is that Nihonshu that you're hiding?
We have Mokuhankan brand name sake. I've never, ever talked about this.
Then how did they know?
Tell you what. You know the room downstairs where Aoyama-san's desk is? This next to Aoyama-san's workstation is shelves. I think near the bottom, have a look and bring one up.
It has to be secret though.
You'll see it. You'll know it when you see it. It's a white box. It's osake. You'll know it when you see it.
Okay.
You got to be careful with a new girl. Showing her the secret stash is perhaps not the best thing to do. I'm not pulling a prank. I'm not pulling a prank. Here you. Oh, we hear her coming up. Oh, okay. I'll turn the stream over to her now. She can explain to you what she's seeing.
Is this sake that you were talking about?
Yes, yes.
Wow, looks nice. Is this Mokuhankan original? Yes?
Well, we didn't make the sake, of course. It's made by a company in Ome. It's made by actually one of Japan's most famous sake companies.
Sawanoi.
So, Sawanoi, it's a big brand.
Nice.
They think I was pulling your leg or something.
Pulling my leg. 何のために? Is it supposed to be that color? Yellowish?
Yes, it's the I forget the name of it. It's a limited edition stuff done at New Year's time, and you're supposed to drink it right away. This is from a couple of years ago, and this is no longer drinkable, which is why it's still sitting on the shelf. It's gone too old, and I'm not a sake. I'm not. Maybe they can tell you what this is. They can tell you what it is. I don't know. Okay, I need paper. Excuse me. Stand back.
I got too excited about sake, sorry.
And what it is that's there's different kinds of sake. I'm the wrong guy to talk about this. There's some sake that should be drunk right away. There's some that ages best for X months, X years.
Right.
And this is one of the types that must be drunk right away. I don't remember the type. And we've had it made every couple of years. We didn't do it this last year, but if you go back 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, we've had this made every New Year. And this bottle, we wanted to keep one to show what we've been doing, but it's no longer drinkable. So don't crack this and try and drink it, because this is now past its date. But we kept it here just to show what we've been doing. And they were thinking I was pulling your leg. I don't know. Have a look. See, they're.
Not drinkable. Is this a challenge? I'm gonna try them later though. I'm still curious. I saw like some bottles and not just one. Not just this bottle.
So.
Because you want to keep them, yeah?
Well, I say not drinkable. Again, I'm not the guy to ask, but there is a type of sake that we are told. This was a New Year special drink, and it's supposed to be sold in December and consumed at the New Year. And then after that, like, I don't know how long it lasts. But yeah, that used to be Cameron's desk, so it was sitting by Cameron's desk. Of all the different employees in the company to do it, Cameron doesn't drink. So
he doesn't drink either. Maybe I can use it in a dish or something for cooking.
That might be the case. I don't know. I don't know. They thought I was pranking you, so. I don't do that. Somebody's saying any kind of sake is not known for shelf life. Just sake in general should be drunk quickly, I guess. I don't know. No, because there's something. I saw a newspaper story. There's a sake company. They're taking them in crates. They're putting them in the ocean to age under seawater. Yeah, and they're pulling them up like 6 years later or something.
I've seen that news too.
There's something about that going on. So.
Okay, I may put this down now before I break it. Very clumsy girl.
I don't do pranks. I really don't. I despise pranks. I don't do April Fool's jokes. I don't prank people. I hate being pranked, and I don't prank people. Period. Never.
That giggle, that devil's laugh.
I want to have fun, but I don't prank people. You know, here, taste this, it's wonderful. You know, bah! I don't do that. Practical jokes. I despise practical jokes. I love doing interesting things and sharing them with people, and maybe there's certainly some teasing sometimes. Look what's coming up, you know, and stick around. I do that all the time, but I don't prank people.
I think I'm used to it, so I can take some.
No, whatever.
I can take some. If it's getting too much, I may tell you later.
The prank is Dave mocked it up himself. No, it's legit. It's from Sawanoi. It's a major company now, a major sake maker. So, is this number 20 now? I thought we were getting. I've got a little mark here. Is this the one? Maybe. We're halfway. There's two kinds of paper mixed together. So the first half and the second half are a little bit different. So I think this is the end of the first half. I think.
You said.
That's by my
21. Someone said 21.
21. So I'm off by one, maybe. I don't know. No idea. Okay, thank you. Anyway, we are now around halfway. So. And honestly speaking, on the back side here now, I'm really not going to actually now do anything different. These sheets are all wet. All I'm doing now is trying to get the right amount of water on here that doesn't pool up. We had the difference, the two groups. One wanted a bit stronger sizing than the other. But at the place we are now on this back side, I could not pretend to be able to tell the difference. The water has gone into these now, and if you showed me the two sheets side by side, I would not be able to tell the difference. So I'm not going to pretend, yes, let's dial it up 3.5%. You know, I can't do that.
What about the time you tricked the stream with the fake broken video of the new subscription?
With the what?
With the new subscription.
Fake broken video of the new subscription. I'm not sure if I remember what that's about. I did. When we did our Kickstarter campaign a few years ago, I did something. I made a fake video because we wanted to announce that there was going to be a Kickstarter, but we didn't want to show the data until the Kickstarter page opened. So I made a video that pretended to be broken at the point where I said, and now we're going to... And then it went bzzz, like a bad video. So I did that. Yeah, the video cut it. Okay, I did that. Is that a prank? Okay, whatever. I don't know.
So can you get prints if you come to Asakusa in person? I get the impression that
we're closed. We're closed. A young man did come by last week. He called up first, said, can I drop by? So if you're in Tokyo, phone me, but in general we're closed. There's no staff here. The first floor is a warehouse. There's no price stickers on the stuff anymore. It's not a shopping environment. But if you know who we are, you know what's going on, and you're only going to be in Tokyo passing through or something, drop me an email. And yeah, like by appointment. Mokuhankan, fine woodblock prints by appointment only. So.
Are you talking about the guy who just came into the shop the other day? No, is that like what they can do?
I don't know
If they were here in
what you saw. There's somebody came and bought some prints the other day. You know, he actually flew in. This is a returning resident. It's a young man. He's married to a Japanese lady. He is a returning resident. He'd gone over to, I forget where, Britain or whatever. He was coming back in as a returnee, stopping in Tokyo before going down to his home.
Okay.
So he wrote to me or called me and arranged to drop by. So we did that. That was okay. But there's no drop by. There's no walk by. If you walk around in a Saxon and try and drop in, it's not going to work. Period.
I knew it, Dave.
Excuse me. Hey.
ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。怖い。怖いよ。Getting faster.
Okay, but time, it's 9:20 now, and after 9:20, I'm still not finished. So here's what we're going to do. I said there's going to be no show and tell, but I'm not just going to kill us at 9:30. We're going to keep running the stream till I'm finished sizing and hanging up. We will finish to that point. So it's going to run late, 9:40, 9:50, I have no idea. So we will finish the work today. Don't worry, I'm not going to cut it off earlier. And that's good too. Once we go to the next room, actually, I'll be hanging up, and it's too big for the camera to see everything.
Okay.
So maybe at that point, you can go behind the camera, actually, and you can do a little bit of cameraman type stuff. Camerawoman, excuse me, whatever. Someone says, what's this? I did the Deja Vu S&T prank a few times. That I don't remember. I'm not quite sure what you're talking about. Give me a hint on that. What have I done? The Deja Vu show and tell prank. I don't remember here.
Now we got him feeling guilty.
Huh?
Bonus, Dave.
Showing the same show and tell as if you didn't do it. I'm not quite sure if I get that, but okay, whatever. I'll think about this for a bit. I'm not sure. Showing the same show and tell as if I didn't do it.
Okay, they want to see probably this from a different angle. Is that possible? Can I change the angles?
To see this from a different angle. Oh, you mean move the camera around?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and I'll. Here, this is the camera. I'm gonna. This side lock, and this one's up and down lock, and there's a zoom on the top. Can you see? There's a photograph button. This goes zoom in, out, in, out.
Okay.
So let's drop it down so you can reach the thing here. And move it around. You're constrained. There's a cable. It's plugged in, so you can't move past the limit of that cable. But go for it. Sure, go for it.
See?
Stand by for getting seasick, everybody.
Go.
Maybe something, if you can, maybe even lift the camera up. So let's try this, for example. If you lift it up and you can see what's going on, watch over there, and then they can see the dip. But my head has got to go in here, so. Oh, it's already done. It's already done. Michael, what am I doing?
Let's see what you want to see.
What's the question?
So they want to see from different angles, but like
Okay.
I don't know what exactly.
Well, just up to you. Just move around. They just want to see something different, you know. So the dip and the wipe would be a good one because they normally can't see that at all. But if you can get in the way, my head's in the way, so I'm not really quite sure. there's your viewpoint. You know, you're always thinking that's what you're doing there. So. Yeah, the catering, so the water bins are the same things. It's for hotel, yes. The double boiler, it's for hotels to serve soup and stuff like that, absolutely. Another idea I noticed on is to just grab the camera, look, like this.
Wait, oops, no, I understand. I just meant to flick the other view.
You do this, look. If you came back for oops, whatever, and zoomed out a bit, and you can pan around and show the rest of the room and stuff and what's going on.
I see.
Just mix it up, just vary it up, you know. But again, that's your limit because of the wires. You know.
Nani?
No, it's just a joke. People go to a hotel, they usually steal the towels. David has stolen this food service equipment. So, no.
Did you?
No.
Or did you buy it?
Of course, we're next to Kappabashi, the show. We're 3 blocks away from the biggest restaurant supply center in the world, you know, or whatever. So, no, we're okay. I went to Kappabashi just down the street, you know, whatever.
So this is for cooking, not like specially made for.
No. We're not at 40 yet. I can see 1, 2, there's at least 4 sheets left, so we can't be at number 40 yet. 4 or 5 to go. I can't see, they're so thin. Okay, when we move to the next room now in a couple of minutes, it'll be separate. First I'll move the paper over. Then we'll take down the second camera. We can't move 2 cameras at the same time, so I'll take down the second camera. And then what we have to do is we have to walk through. You can carry the video camera, and I will carry the computer. And you and I will walk through, training all the cables behind us, being careful not to trip over them. And we'll try and keep the stream live as we move into the next room.
Ooh, sounds tricky.
And usually it's okay. In the old days, when I was using a different computer, the plugs were weak, and the plugs would come out. But this one is a USB-C setup, and USB-C plugs are quite strong, and they usually stay in as we get to the next room. Before it was USB-A, and the plugs always used to just fall straight out. There's 2 sheets left here now.
Getting there. Last one?
This is the last one coming through. Here we are.
Dave walks fast. Be aware.
Huh?
Dave walks fast.
What?
Be aware.
Not while carrying tons of gear, I don't. Okay, for those of you who are new here, step 1 is finished. The paper is now sized. The next stage is to hang it up. Brush in the water. The heat stays on. I'm going to be washing it later, but if I turn the heat off now, the glue will all just congeal. Okay, you just sit and relax. I'll show you what to do. First stage, I'm going to get the paper through. Excuse me, madam, I'm going through here. You show.
Okay.
Step 2. Step 2, kill the second camera. The second camera can now come out. And we just leave it there. Take care of it later. Step 3, my computer battery
Off.
goes through. Say hello, talk to him while we're doing this.
Hi.
Now, the next one, get this out of the way.
Step 4, Wi-Fi lost. You have to panic. Hi. What is the weather like today? Yes, it's pretty cold
Okay.
today. Hi.
The internet cable is there. We're going to walk through. So I'm going to carry the microphone. Just a minute. Microphone has to come off the wall. Microphone is going to get clipped to my shirt for a moment. Okay, here's going to go. I'm going to carry the computer and this cable. Oh, we've got to unplug your camera. Camera getting unplugged now. You're going to carry that part of it through to the next room.
Okay.
And when we get there, plug it in the white thing on the floor.
Okay.
We can do this.
Right, let's do it.
And keep an eye on what we're showing and show them something interesting.
All right.
Are we ready?
Want to show in this room?
And then we got this.
Okay.
And then watch your feet. Don't trip over the internet cable here.
Right.
Let's do this.
It's me. 1, 2.
Don't step on the internet cable. Hey. I've come too far ahead of her. Come forward a bit more. Come forward more. Leave it. Come forward more.
Right.
Somewhere down there. Park her down. I'm parking mine. Okay. Plug her in.
Done.
Good. Now, I'll be working right here. And I'll be working up there. So you're going to be, yeah.
The angle.
I think we made it. I think we made it. We made it.
I didn't unplug anything.
Good. Thank you. Chat settings. I have to take the chat now and increase the font size because I can't see it from back there. Excuse me. I got to come around here. Chaos. Here we go. Okay, now zoom out back so you can see what I'm doing here with the paper. And I'll here, zoom out. So you can show me part of it hanging here, and then I'm going to get up there and hang it up there. So
Right, and then change the angle sometimes then.
and can you see what I'm doing here? Yeah, up and down. We have a 3-prong clip, but I don't need all 3 for this one. It's narrow paper, so just 2 clips will do the job. I'm going to stand up now and go. Up, 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 up. Okay, now I don't think you need to go up and down for every one, so it's up to you. You know, show a little bit of this, show a little bit of that, it's up to you. You're the camera lady now, so.
But thank you for calling me camera lady this time.
Huh?
Not a man. Not a man.
Oh, come on. There's words that just become generic words, right?
I know.
Cameraman, come on.
English question. What is the difference between cameraman and photographer? Which is more common? I
You're-
always get confused.
You're talking to the chat or you're talking to me?
To everyone joining this stream, including you.
Whatever, I think generically photographer would imply somebody taking a picture,
Mm-hmm.
and cameraman could be either, I guess, I don't know. Someone's saying this camera operator is a new word, somebody is saying. Shall I leave it and come chat? So it's up to you. So
Camera person. Oh, that is a still picture. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm still learning English every day.
aren't we all? Aren't we all?
That is used for video. Cinematographer.
I think cinematographer is more in the idea that you're sort of directing this thing and producing this thing. You're making a film, you know, as in actual content, something. It's not just the person pushing a button on the camera. That's the way I would interpret that word, cinematographer. I don't know. There's probably a technical definition and a common definition.
And my other hobbies. Did I tell you that I swim too? Yes, maybe I did. Yes, I go swimming.
Really?
Over the
Daily?
weekend,
What,
yeah.
what?
I'm sorry?
Where? At a fitness center or something?
Fitness center.
Really?
In Saitama, back in my hometown. I started swimming last February. Until then, I wasn't able to swim. But I still like the beach, going to the beach. So
But the swimming is
kinda
what? For exercise?
for exercise mainly, yes. And what else do I like to do? I like to be busy. I don't know if it's called a hobby. Photographer generally takes photos. Videographer takes a video. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ask Dave, what is your motivation? What's your motivation, Dave?
Yours? What are you talking about?
Your motivation, I guess?
They know me. They must be talking to you.
Ask Dave, what is your motivation?
I don't understand. Everybody here knows me and what's going on. They don't know you. So somebody's asking a question to you to show.
So what did you study? I did study teaching English back in my university, and then I studied abroad to America, and I was like, studying whatever I was interested in at that point. And I came back, still learning teaching English. Then I joined a wedding company after graduating from my university. We have...
That's a job from hell to show.
It wasn't
sales
to have...
sales pressure, right?
So
The company's customers come in and you get the book. You gotta sell this, sell this. Isn't that the case?
Yeah, it was. I enjoyed it though. It was really tough at the beginning, but I think luckily I was kind of good at with people, dealing with people, talking to customers and talking to clients. So I enjoyed it. But yes, number pressure was always there. Is supposed to be the new plot. That new people shop.
Oh, there's one. What's your relation to Dave? You're going to get this. I know. This is good news or bad news. I'm sorry. It's something that goes with the territory here. People, there will be the question is is this Dave's wife or stuff like that? These questions come up. So please don't get upset about this. People don't know. They just come in, they see the guy doing something. He's talking to this girl. you know, whatever. So there will be, you know, it's not evil intent, whatever, but there will be stuff like this. You know.
That's totally fine.
And some of the other girls, like Suga-san or whatever, or Ayumi-san, they get this all the time when we're doing videos together or something, you know.
What should I answer then? Future employee?
No, whatever.
A random girl?
Ayano-san was recommended to us by Taran-san, who is he may be even here. It's Saturday, so Taran-san might be here this morning.
He might be watching it.
So Taran-san, one of our carvers, or carver trainer, whatever you want to look at, he knew we were short-staffed. He knew this young lady who was looking for new work, I guess. I don't know the background story.
Yeah, maybe. Let's change the angle. Turn.
It's up to you, whatever. This is going to take me about 10 more minutes, then we'll be finished. So,
They just pulled her off off the street. So I was walking in Asakusa and you pulled me inside.
See if you want to try doing something different, get closer, whatever, get farther away. I mean, that's the limit. That's the cables. You can't go back any farther. You can come into this area if you want.
That's a
Yeah.
good idea. Excuse me. Hmm, このアングルの方がいいかな。
Earn your stripes as a videographer.
Videographer. What was the other term for? Cinematographer or something.
Well, they said cinematographer. I think that's much wider. I think. I don't. And there's also people ask about this. Can we? I don't even know where this came from. Look, they ask about this. Can you catch this somehow? Or is it too close? I don't know. Well, leave the tripod.
Yeah.
The thing, if you undo this and undo that, you can swivel. And I don't know. It came. Somebody brought it. I have no idea what it is, and nobody will own up to it. Like, whose is this? What is it? And nobody will admit.
He's got a few.
And it's kind of grotesque. It's like something hanging by the neck, you know.
Oh, but it's easy to pull the string, kana?
Yeah, whatever. I think we were doing this sizing a few weeks ago, and I was getting ready, and the camera fell down and pointed to that thing, and I didn't notice it. So I was getting ready, and the camera was there. You know,
if the camera caught this, like, I don't know, all of a sudden, yes, it might look a little creepy in the video.
Someone's asking about, do the clamps leave marks? No, for two reasons. The area of the paper that I'm clamping is at the edge, which we will not be using. This paper will be trimmed later on, so I don't care what happens at the edge. But also, the clamps we are using, we've talked about this many times, this is shitagiyo. The normal clamps have lines and grips. These have smooth surfaces. It's designed for ladies' underwear. That's how they're sold. Shitagiyo, underwear clips. And they're flat. They have no serrations.
I had a difficulty finding this kind of clips in America when I studied.
Yeah. I don't think...
Nah, so I asked Mom to send it to me when I was living in a dorm.
Did you catch that then? She was living in America, couldn't find such a thing.
No.
It's interesting. Why?
I have
What's the cultural thing here? Japanese ladies are concerned about this and American women are not? No, I don't. I'm asking seriously. Why would one culture have these things and the other culture not have them?
I'm not really sure, but do they really use clips to hang not just underwear but like clothes when they wash or do laundry? Not really sure.
What else are you gonna do? What do you mean? Because you have a drying machine, you mean?
Drying machine plus so this clothing line is not really common in Japan. When we hang something, we use either hangers or the clips to hang something. But I think, I don't know.
What's the question? There's people all over the world watching here, so yeah.
We generally use a dryer. そうなんだ. For clothes hangers. Clips. I didn't see clips at all. I was going some shops to just find the clips, and I just couldn't. So I asked.
You mean
Mom
clothes pegs? Because clothes pegs used to be ubiquitous everywhere. They were wooden. Remember, in the old days they were wood. Two pieces of wood that clamped together.
So, でも
Do they not exist anymore? Clothes pegs? Really? Are clothes pegs not a thing anymore?
You know this type of hanger with like many clips on, not these
Yeah.
individual
So
ones,
you've
but
got a hanger. It's got the clips. We've got one in the next room there for the brushes. Yeah.
that's the one I couldn't find in the U.S.
Ah, I see. So someone's saying clothes pegs went extinct. Yeah. Yeah.
それは悲しいの。Shall we use pegs on rotary clothesline? Okay. Did you have problems with insects eating paper? Did you ever have a
What's question
problem
for us?
with insects eating the paper?
Not here, not yet. I mean, it's all brand new. I know insects will eat old books and prints and stuff. We don't have anything here.
We live in an apartment, use clothes hangers. We're hanging out clothes in the Pacific Northwest US is very stupid things. Why is it a stupid thing to do?
Huh?
Because they steal your clothes from clothes lines or peg. I can hear some people.
Oh no, I think it's a rainy area. Pacific Northwest, well, it depends on the time of year. Pacific Northwest, it's the rainiest part of America.
なるほどね。
So I think that may be what they're referring to, I think. I'm not sure.
Yeah. I wish I had a clothes dryer back in my house. It's just like no space to put.
In Japan here, you mean? Yeah.
No. Demo. Normally, washing machine has dryer.
It's got a spinner. Spinner, so?
Spinner plus dryer
Newer?
like mold.
Really? You can't dry the clothes in it. What do you mean?
We can dry it too. We wash it, and then like right after that, they started like drying it.
In the same tub, in the same circle.
In the
Okay,
same
no, I
circle.
haven't seen that. This is the newer type models, then, is that what you're saying? Okay. But the energy cost on that's going to be stupendous to show. Is this gas or electricity?
Electricity.
Yeah. Okay, I got 4 left here, so 2 more hangings and that's it. So maybe show the last section up there or something. So we'll be signing off in a couple of minutes here. Okay, can you show this, please? Okay, last step, we wrap it up. It's not sealed, it's open at the bottom. And what I'm going to do is one more step. Because it's winter and because it's really, really dry here, I want this to dry slowly. So I'm going to go in the printer's room and I'm going to steal their, what's it called, Jerry? Kashitsuki? I forget the name.
Kashitsuki.
It's a humidifier, and I'm going to bring the humidifier in here, put it inside the plastic, and put it on a low level. So it's just going to put a little bit of steam inside. If I didn't do that, this stuff will dry in like 1 hour, 2 hours, and it'll be crispy and not so good. So we're going to try and make it dry over the course of the full day. Tomorrow, this paper will be taken down and sent to the printers, who will then start using it in their next job. Okay, we have really run over time here. Sorry about that. Good news, bad news, whatever. Let's sign off here. Come and say hello. Okay, that's Saturday. Next stream is going to be Monday, 2 days from now. And as I said, the current plan is that there will be a young lady from NHK with a little pocket camera shooting for a program in the NHK World channel later on. Our part of the finished program is going to be very short, only about 6 minutes for me. And the chat part will be just a few seconds of that, perhaps. I don't know. Okay, anyway, here we are. Out of here, let you and me get to work. We have a ton of work downstairs waiting to do. Signing off. I'll see you Monday morning. Thanks very much. See you later. There's no outside camera to close off with, so it's just us two. We've got like in front of our head or the back of our head or whatever. I don't know. Whatever. Okay, sign us off. There's a button there that says stop streaming.
Okay.
Just click it.
Bye, everyone.